Yeah, so I've been hyping this up a bit. This is new meta for 500. Not a joke. The monkey room is bananas. Yeah, a little bit. Yo, banana 5s, Condor. Let's fucking go. So this is the big thing I wanted to do a teaching stream for, but I was waiting for the monkey room changes. This stuff is overpowered. Really, really overpowered. Basically better bandos for fanging. And then it also has range stats. So it's almost black d'hide with better with better damage than bandos. It's really, really broken. So it has both strength bonus and stab bonus. I want them to nerf it. That's how OP it is. And nobody knows about this. I'll be running a 500 with it. Genuinely, I think this is the meta setup for a 500. 8 restores, a good spec weapon, Fang, DDS, Kiris, BGS, you get the whole works. You're wearing ranged armor. It's crazy. Yeah, so they have changed magic items. Eternal Boots actually give you a max hit now. I think it's 1. So those are worth camping over prims. It's 2 max with mage. You definitely want the Eternal Boots though. Like for sure, it's going to be worse than Kefri and Baba, but that's worth it. Okay, we're doing a TOA teaching stream again because some things have changed since the last one. As of today, the monkey room is now guaranteed one shot on everything, and the healths do not scale on anything. So everything has extremely low health, and one-way weapon swaps actually one-shot everything. So that changes what you bring a bit. Eternal Boots also have been given 2 maxes, I was told, within TOA, which is going to be more helpful than prims are. So camping Eternal Boots is now the play. This changes everything. Now, our weird thing is I have a ton of restore, and the reason for that is I'm using hybrid ranged armor. So if you don't know what this is called mixed hide. This was added with Colosseum to the Hunter Guild, and it's incredibly overpowered, and little know about it. But this armor has strength bonus and stab bonus. So you can see my stab bonus is 137. So it's 7 stab bonus, and my strength bonus, 2 strength bonus. I believe only the chest plate is strength bonus. The legs have only stab bonus. So it's a bit less strength bonus, but the reason this is so broken is that Fang does not benefit very much from strength bonus. Just in the way the weapon works, it's rolling accuracy twice. So cooked into the Fang is what it does, is it rolls accuracy twice. Max hits don't matter as much because you're just trying to land hits. But what does matter is stab bonus because it's double rolling this. You basically figure Fang is like a mini shadow. It rolls stab twice, right? So any stab bonus you give the Fang is crazy. It's a lot of DPS. I'm going to pull up my handy dandy DPS calculator. I have both setups here. This is Baba, raid level 500, path level 2, and neither have the defense drained. This is just default. Walking into Baba, swinging with a super combat. You can see the accuracy is 1.5% better for mixed hide, and the time to kill is actually faster. It's half a second better to be wearing mixed hide than it is to be wearing bandos against Baba. Now, if I plug Torva in, you're going to see Torva is still better, but it's 2 seconds. If you're doing a first 500 and you have unlimited money, the play has changed. You no longer bring Torva. This is no longer worth it. Does this mean we bring Artie Cape? No, because it turns out this has a ton of strength bonus and accuracy, but armor does not have very much strength bonus. So mixed hide makes a lot more sense. So the play now, mixed hide with Fang, also fairly decent Vorkath kill times. Almost across the entire board, this with Fang is going to beat Bandos with Fang. Basically across the entire board. There's rare cases where Bandos is slightly better, but you can just figure if you're using Bandos with a Fang, you should not be. You should be using this. Like, it will do more damage. It also has the benefit of being hybrid ranged armor. You can see I have 27 ranged bonus. So we can actually use this instead of Masori and save 2 inventory slots, allowing us to bring extra potions. We like bringing extra potions. The old teaching stream, I brought 4 or 5 restore. Now I bring 8. That's a huge difference. So you have a ton of restore to cook with. So it's not worth using anything but light bearer unless you're using overly draining. So I think we're good to pot. I use the same rune mortar as before. I do everything the same, except I'm not bringing ranged armor and I'm wearing eternal boots. So that's the big difference. And I have basically unlimited restore. What is that outfit? What is that? I'm screenshotting your gear and putting it in cute noobs thread on Reddit. Yeah, go for it. This is unironically what I recommend on a first cape. So for 500, I like Pathfinder. Overly draining off. Overlord's on is an option. Okay, I'm good with all this. All right. So if you're not confident with your Akka keep back, this is a great option as well. Overlords just slows down the rate a bit. You can figure you can turn keep back off. It's not a big deal. And then you would turn off something like Larva or something. I prefer keeping Overlords off. I know how to do keep back, so I'll just show how you would. Okay, I think we're good to pop. Across the board, having slight max hit increase is not even worth having the non-active light bearer. Ring swaps are really just an overly draining thing. You figure you only bring it for that. I believe we're good. Okay, I'm gonna equip Voidwaker. So Voidwaker one-shots all of these and it's 4 tick. So that's good. Also, Voidwaker is gonna be my whack weapon on P2, and DDS is gonna be for speccing P2. Okay, drop 3 items. And I think I'm just gonna keep Mage Gear equipped. So monkey room is night and day. Way faster and easier. I just give that a cast as I'm running, because why not? It happened to kill it. Cool. 16 is actually all the health these have, so that's dead. They've dramatically reduced a bunch of the health. One way is enough to kill everything, including blowpipe. And the switches feel a little weird, but monkey room is so free. You just fix your inventory after it. Not really a big deal. Nice, the volley got that. And we have so much restore, you don't even have to worry about flicking that much. It's like, just do a little bit here and there. But this setup just lets you kind of go ham, do whatever you want. I believe these have 10 health. Yeah, he's dead. So they have super low health now as well. And this is the last wave. So you can see monkey room is night and day. It's not even a room anymore, which it turns out helps your 500 a lot because this is the hardest room for supplies.
A leech has spawned.
I'm through now. We're done. When you have a really disjointed setup like this, where you have really weird switches the whole way with 2 pieces of armor being used on both sides, you have to swap back into this lower setup first to keep your setup proper. We have this. Okay, let me fix it a second. So you do this, swap back into ranged here, and then do this. And that keeps your setup there. It's a little awkward. So that's the one downside of this, but the benefit is you have unlimited restore. So that's nice. I'm actually going to sip one here. I normally would try to get through Bob without sipping more, but like, who cares? Who cares? Drop one item, summon throw, and we hit the BGS. So that's how I start my Red X, is I go 3 tiles under, 3 back. After that, it's 2 under, 2 back. Very, very easy. And you could see, like, I'm not wearing Bandos, but I kind of hit every time anyways. Do it without Red X. So if you want to make 500s harder than they have to be, you can absolutely do it without Red X. I'm trying to make my life easy. I always try to teach the easy way to do things. The easy way is to learn how to do it properly and just send it. I can't do that and I want to learn 500. Well, you should watch this and you'll know how, because it's that easy. Okay, we're watching for 66% here. Okay, we're going to do boulders. You don't need the full switch. I don't know how many you need. You need to hit 25, so you're going to drop an item over here. Very, very easy way to get into it is put your Void Waker on stab. You can actually spec with Void Waker here first. Put your Void Waker on stab, do a swing, and you're good. So if you do a 4-tick hit into 2 step under, you're instantly in cycle. And that's it. That's how you do Red X. It's extremely easy. The nice thing about Void Waker is it counts as magic damage, so it doesn't end Baba when you spec with it. So you can spec while she's throwing boulders and just get free damage. Doesn't have to be stab. Yeah, you could just do a regular Void Waker whack. Make sure you swap it back after because it has a lower max hit on stab. Oh, we don't one-shot without pot. Interesting. So I need the full switch? No, it doesn't get it. Interesting. Okay, you can still do boulder dash with 2-shotting. That just kind of sucks. Huh, I wonder if I would bring a different weapon for that. Could rigor? I was using rigor. Full swaps. It actually doesn't one-shot. Should I bring a ballista for Baba? No. Accurate blowpipe. That's actually the shout. Yeah, that's what you should do. You should just swap the blowpipe to accurate and do the full switch, and that should be enough. I would assume that gets it to max it. Pre-pot range, you could also just pre-pot a normal range pot, sure. That should get you through Baba. Yeah, I think reg range pre-pot would also be ideal. I'm not sure. I might go check level max hits after this to see what level you need. Done, easy. Make sure you grab your sanfew down here. Okay, I've used 1 dose of restore on Baba. And I didn't even need to use this. I could have been careful and not wasted it. I could have done it 0 restore, but it doesn't matter. Okay, we have a level 3 Zebak. The levels do matter. There is now a 1 in 2 chance that Zebak will be level 4, which is really bad, but it's going to be fine. Overall, there's a 1 in 6 chance with Pathfinder that Zebak is level 4. We'll see what happens. Why do you do Baba Kefri first? Pre-pot for Baba is really nice. Like having pre-pot for Monkey Room is really nice, although it kind of matters less now. Basically, you're just doing the super combat rooms first is the idea, because salts benefit your melee less than the other styles, right? So you want to leave the mage ranged rooms for last, which is Zebak Arca. So that's the idea with that. We have Void Waker, so BGS is not worth it in this room. You would just spec with it. If you do not have Void Waker, then BGSing is worth it. And we're going to make 2 lines here. And really, you don't really have to flick. I'm gonna flick like I normally would just to show how much restore I have left over, but you do not need to flick near as much as before. It's completely different. Is claws useful? If it's your only DPS spec, it's probably worth bringing, but they're much less good than Void Waker is. Gotta be careful. We need both walls up. So if you did too much damage like I'm doing, you need to off the boss and wait for that. Okay, I'm gonna drop an item. Okay, let's get rid of the poison with a sanfew. Oh yeah, we have triple swarms with Pathfinder. The chins might be worth it just for this. I'm gonna let the boss full heal. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. It's just a bit slower. Ooh. Okay, we're good.
A leech has spawned.
Oh, I didn't wear the Fang kit. That's funny. That's appropriate. Hello, Gnomonkey. I'm putting in a 5-step plan. I'm trying to obtain my dream item, and all donators will receive streamer perks and rewards and cool stuff. I need a 3rd age pickaxe. Thoughts? I don't own a 3rd age pickaxe. You need to call up noob type. I'm not your guy. What are these specs? They're so sad. I missed you doing Monkey Room. Everybody did because it was really fast. How's it feel now? It's as free as the other puzzles, basically. A hot knife through butter. That's how I describe it, yeah. When the arcane spawns, that's our priority, is kill the arcane. That's the one thing that can kill you. We are going to fang it majority of the time. If we can't reach it, we're going to shadow it. So I'm far away right now. I'm going to pull out the shadow. 3 hits is going to jump it. So we need 2 more hits. 1 more hit is going to send it. And we're running. And as you're running up, you can shadow. So that sent it because it hit over 40 and it's dead. So I believe 39 or higher jumps the arcane, and 3 hit splats of any amount higher than 3 also jump the arcane. So your goal is to keep it jumping around the room and not attacking you. And we're good. And I would not recommend shooting swarms when the arcane exists. It's not worth it. Not in a 500 unless you're speedrunning. Oh, rip the sanfew. We'll grab them later. Augury all the time now? Yep. Always worth using Augury. It gives max hits. I believe it's just 1 max hit. I don't need to pray range because I have plenty of health. Okay, you'll see the Mixed Hide, the one downside to it is it has very low range defense. So you actually do get destroyed in this a little bit, but that's okay. There's very few rooms in TOA where defense actually even does anything. So I'll just throw up range prayer in a second. Don't drain prayer from hurting you. So they have to hit a 5, which is actually their max hit, to drain any prayer. 5 is the lowest hit that can drain prayer. Otherwise it rounds down to 0. You have so much restore, you could camp range pray. Yeah, you totally can. Just saving some prayer. They can get through the rest of the room without range pray. Dead. Easy. And we've used 2 more doses for Kefri. So we're at 3 doses used so far. We just dropped the super combat and I can fit it. I'm going to have an issue. I can't fit my items. I'm going to have to drop a restore. Very important to look at the levels at this point. Check what you have. If it's a level 3, if it's a level 4 Zebak, you have the option of doing Akka earlier just to get it out of the way because you're not avoiding level 4 Zebak. But if it's under level 4, always do Zebak first. Because you don't want level 4 Zebak. Level 4 Zebak makes everything harder, including Warden. So you want to avoid getting it if possible. So that's the idea with this. Using the jug on the water makes it pick up a tick faster, and using the jug on the tree makes it water a tick faster. I think you still make it no matter what, so it doesn't really matter about. Deposit rip like 2.5 KGP. Oh no, I'm gonna be poor after this. It's over. Okay, so I did calc before. It is better to range this boss even in Mixed Tide. So that is what we're going to do. Okay, we're gonna drop 2 potions and we're gonna withdraw all. So run up, drop 2 items, equip, spec, missed, spec again, missed, spec again, unfortunate, depression. And we're just gonna keep specking until it hits. It happens. Should have taken Elder Maul, true. Perhaps a Bellator ring. You know, Mixed Tide actually does have negative slash, I believe. So that doesn't help. That is unfortunate. Okay, 16 is good. I'm gonna spec 1 more time when I get it back. We need to hit 20, so. So Zebak is actually basically a free prayer room if you do it properly. What you can do is set your quick praise to rigor and mage pray, and basically just 1 tick the majority of the time. Not like it really matters though. Like I said, we have unlimited prayer. I bet it's better to spec on Ancestral. Honestly, probably. I don't think they have negatives, right? Likely better. Oh yeah, tile markers. I forget a lot of stuff is not like common sense known by everybody. It's kind of hard to remember like what people know and what they don't know. My red tile markers on the right and left are both safe spots from the opposite side blood spawns. Trying to get my specs off before the adrenaline wears off. Probably don't do that, but. With a level 3 Zebak, you can catch all of the blood barrages. If it's level 4, you're actually taking 50-50 coin toss chip damage. So you want to keep that in mind. If he's level 4, you can actually catch all the damage and not take any damage to the entire room. Like I said, this is a safe spot. You want to remember to be careful when you're flicking like this. If I do mess something up and take a hit, it will immediately smite me because I have deadly prayers on. So be cautious when you're doing that kind of thing. Maybe drink your whole sanfew before you. I think normally you would. So it goes to show it doesn't really matter. Drink it for fun. Yeah, true. Unlucky. And you do not need to be nearly this cautious with prayer. That's the nice thing about bringing this setup. So we're going to drop a sanfew here. I'm going to spec with it just for speed, but you don't need to. Make sure you don't get hit by any of these shadow orbs. They hit you for 25 and a 500, and you don't want to lose 25 health going into Akka. Akka's the most dangerous room. And as long as you get it on the green tick with the Tombs of Amasket plugin and you're over 85 mining, you will get this guaranteed. Put everything back, grab the sanfew. Okay, we're equipping mostly our Ancestral, and we should be good to go. All right, big thing with Akka. Do I explain on the fly? I'll explain on the fly. It's all right. I'm gonna walk in and drop one restore. Go to this tile. Great place to start it every single time. As soon as the true tile is one tick from you, you can start doing butterfly. And I only have butterfly in one direction. My reason for this is because when you're swapping quadrants, it's way easier if you're going in this direction. So I only have one direction I ever go. It's always the same. And you don't have to flick while you're doing Akka. I just want to see how much restore I have left over after this. All right, so I have double trouble enabled. So I'm gonna explain how to do double trouble. Okay, we're gonna run close to the corner of the quadrant, get over here. The idea is it's gonna be 6, that you always move 2 tiles for every single step. And that is going to keep you 100% safe every time. And that's it. People overcomplicate it, make it sound really hard. Double trouble is literally just move 2 tiles every time you move. So you're basically manually forcing yourself to move 2 tiles per step, never walking. You can click to the magic tiles I have marked, and they will take you horizontally tick perfect to the next set of butterfly tiles. So that's why I have those there. Yes, you can spec to 85 mining. That does work. Uh-oh, I messed up. So anytime you mess up, just don't do the hit. And you just recover. Very, very easy. It is never worth tanking melees because that's what causes Akka to swap styles, and you don't want that to happen. So move 2 tiles. And you can keep doing damage in between. 2, 2, 2.
A leech
And
has
that's it.
spawned.
So double trouble is much easier than people make it out to be. It's actually not a big deal at all. You just have to move 2 steps per action, and you'll avoid everything. The moving once you're there is the easy part. You just got to make sure you don't walk up to it. Oh, we need to salt again. Make sure you don't let your salt run out because that's what makes your energy start dropping. Salt occasionally replenishes your run energy, so that's why you can keep running forever. So if you end up running out of salt, you need to resalt. Just 2 steps each time. Very, very easy. There's very rare occasions where you'll get a bad Simon Says layout where you have to actually like move twice in a quadrant. You have 2 ticks between each time there's damage. So it's 3 ticks between each damage. So you can safely move twice in a quadrant if you need to. Oh, here's how you do a DPS check. There's a whole zigzag of tiles here that work. Ooh, we got a color change as well. So stepping on that white tile I have works fine. Okay, when you're doing keep back, it's just step back and back in. You're basically using a 6-tick Fang. Downside to mixed hide is that's going to hit me a lot harder, but majority of the time with Akka, you're butterflying, so you take no damage. So that's why mixed hide is so good. And blowpipe is actually your best option here. So once you have him on the right tick, you can actually step out, do a shot, step back in. 2 more shots, repeat. So it's shot, shot, shot. And he never moves. You just keep him in place. I'm going to have to walk here. You can walk if you need to. Just avoid doing it if possible, basically. All right, he's dead. Make sure we get the mixed hide on. Summon a melee throw. Actually, my mage throw would work here, which is funny. I might show that. If I was you and I was doing my first 500, I would be curious specking. But I am me and not you. It does. Yeah, mage thrall is broken currently. I'm sure that'll be fixed by the time this goes up even. When the true tile is 1 away from you, the orb, it's going to hit you the next tick. So you can never step in front of an orb. That's how you know you're going to get hit, basically, is what I'm looking at. Okay, so I have completed the entire raid except for wardens, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half restore. I have unlimited. I want to drop a couple things so I can equip stuff. Let's get my gear fixed. We're going to be maging this. Make sure you remember, if you're maging something, BGS specs don't do anything because your mage attacks roll off their mage level, and this drains defense. So this completely bypasses defense and goes directly against their mage level. BGSing does nothing. I think I'll pop like 1 Voidwaker spec, and the rest will be towards Curus's. I'm going to pull runes here. So this is a thing you can do as well. This gets you Death Charge, which is really nice. Just drop the Chaos Runes far away in a spot you don't care about. So now I have Death Charge for the fight. Death Charge works on the core each time it gets sucked back in. So it's a little bit more spec energy. Kind of nice. Then after P2, you just drop the runes and pick up your potions. I think we're good. So I'm gonna melee spec once, and then I'm gonna swap into Shadow. You also can flick on Rapid Heal right before the fight starts, and you can tank all the way down to 75 health and then run over here. So that lets you tank 1 more skull. The orbs are gonna hit you 75 total. You just keep that in mind. We're looking good. Okay, let's send it.
A leech has spawned. Oh,
I didn't rapid heal. Okay, we're just gonna tank down to 78 for gore. And just run over here. Actually, it's going to be fine just with the timing of things. And I'll take that. Okay. This is a safe spot from the UFOs. They can't hit you here. Is it mage defense roll based on 30% of actual non-mage defense? That is for us, for players. Monsters are different. Monsters are pure mage level.
A leech has spawned.
Okay, this is going to put me to 1 health. So right after this hits me, I'm just going to heal right back up. Okay. Sanfew back up. This is pretty bad DPS. A lot of times you can dodge the second set. So this is unfortunate, but that's fine. Okay, Thrall finished it. Cool. All right, come over here. We're going to start in Mage. Unfortunately, my Mage Throw will not hit this when it normally would. So that sucks. Also, I have his ugly click box shown. Just ignore that. There you can see you can very easily misclick between his legs, so keep that in mind. Also, he has piss droplets. I don't know what's up with that. If you want to, you can stand in melee range like I'm doing. It's going to reduce some damage because the melee attack actually rolls against defense, unlike the other ones. And also, it maxes 4 instead of 10, like I just took. So it saves a lot of damage to stand in melee range when you can. You don't have to if you're not comfortable with it. You definitely don't have to. Let's heal right back up. Anytime you're below 10 health, you need to re-Kyrus. You can do it a little earlier than that if you're nervous. Also, you don't need to... Oh, we do pray augury now, right? That's a thing. 5 hits, and then we BGS. Oh, I forgot the death charge. You could death charge and get back off that. I just messed up in Forgore. The skulls shoot out 2 safe tiles next to them. So you can stand right next to the skull shadow, and you'll be safe from it. Gnomonkey can probably do 500 TOA, the Rin crossbow, and nothing else. I'm excited for the wiki guide. That was super difficult. I had to use really terrible gear. 5, 6, 7, 8. So the next time I'm going to kill it. You know how many hits you can get based on the threshold of damage you dealt to the core. So if you got Warden below 80% health, that means the next time it's going to be 8 hits you get instead of 6. If you got him below 60% health, that means you get 10 hits the next down instead of 8. And then after that, it's just permanently 10 hits. Okay, we can just drop this. We're going to go pick those up. You cannot get Death Charge off the last hit as well, so don't bother. Unless you do the full 10 hits on the last one. Let's result. And I'm just going to keep this for the end of the fight. Wait for my last spec here. Okay. You can stand close to the boss. It makes your shadow hit a bit faster. It's going to save time. It's not necessary, though. You can play a bit safer back here if you want to. This just speeds it up. Okay. Every 20% is going to be skulls. I'm going to quit my Kyrus and get my health back. Killing these does give you health back with Kyrus. And now I'm max health. So from now on, I'm going to be not using my Kyrus because it does waste prayer if you're full health. And every time after I do skulls, I'm going to stand at the back and just react to the location he does his hand because you can react to it. So I'm not like counting or anything like that. I'm flicking for fun here. As long as you have over 2 restore, you have unlimited restore. So you can just camp augury. So it was really nice that Zebek was level 3. These projectiles are actually a tick faster if he was level 4. So it actually does make Warden a bit harder as well. So avoiding level 4 Zebek is really ideal. But it's not like you can't complete it if you get that. It's just a little harder. Okay, we got one more set of skulls and that's going to be the final bit. So big thing with this for P4 is just keep your prayer really high. If you see you're dropping close to 50, try to sip again. You want to keep enough prayer that you can Kyrus at all times. Now, I'm not going to Kyrus because I'm very good at TOA, but you probably will. So just keep your prayer high. Make sure your adrenaline is ready for the last phase. Could you Kyrus anyways for the culture? I'm going to pass. I'm sorry. So for this last bit, you want to actually stay far away because it lets you get an extra hit off before P4 and it does count it. Make sure you sip your adrenaline. Okay, now I would save spec. But I want this to die. Let's see if we can kill it before last row. I think we can. Big thing with... I might just stop hitting if it's close. If I get 1 hit off, I'm going to stop hitting. Just to show like last row for a second. Okay, I'm going to off it. when you're doing last row, it's just step on the first shadow you saw of this set of 3. So you can see there's 3 sets of shadows every time. You're just going to step directly onto the first shadow, and that'll avoid the damage. So just like this. And I could do this all day. P4 is not RNG. It's completely consistent. You just need to figure out the way you walk it and not misclick like I just did. All right, I'm just going to kill him. Unlucky. Yeah, it's not bad at all. 40 minutes with a little bit of a explanation between rooms and literally walking P4. You took damage, you could have Curious. That's true. The important thing is avoid the boulders. Those do the most damage. We have 14% purple chance. Never lucky, dude. Never lucky. Okay, and no kit because I had one in the bank. I'll take 700k though. That's not bad. This stuff is incredibly versatile and incredibly powerful. Let me flip my gear back to the way it was. Thank you for your guide. It just finished and haven't uploaded. Got my Fang kit. It's so free. It's so free. I ended the raid with 4 restore. And like, this is just... people are like, oh, you flick so well, Gnomonkey. This isn't fair to me. Okay, I flicked well, like well enough. You have 4 more to close that gap to my skill level, which is plenty. 4 restore is a lot of restore. Windows was lost on the floor. Yeah, you have a lot of restore in this setup. A lot of restore. Do you always keep shadow on long range? Yes. May have used Nightbot for evil. Can you re-explain Mixed Tide? I can. So biggest thing with this setup is Mixed Tide. This is what has changed TOA dramatically. I didn't learn about this until I did the TOA wiki guide, which I'm planning to put up relatively soon. So I learned that this is extremely powerful and extremely good, to the point that it's better than Torva if you were trying to get a completion rather than like speed GP. So Mixed Tide is almost Torva, and then it also can replace your Masori. So you get a ton of extra restore. It has stab bonus and it has strength bonus. So this is actually more DPS than Bandos is. It's slotted nicely between Bandos and Torva, right in between. This is stronger. So it's incredibly broken. I'd like to see them nerf it. If I was changing this item and I wanted to make it exist still, I would make an unfortified version just like Masori, and I would make these guys who have no drops and have fairly low Slayer requirement, only 75. I would give them a leather drop or something to fortify them. So that's how I would fix this. I would make it unfortified, have no offensive bonuses until you go get it fortified at GG's. That's what I would do. GG's or Sire, I would put it there. Something like that. GG's are nice because they're useless, like they have no good drops, and they're only 75 Slayer requirements. So, and I'd make it fairly common. Maybe the same as the Mull or something like that. That's definitely where I would put it. Because currently as it stands, Mixed Hide, it requires 72 crafting, and I believe 72 hunter to catch antelopes. Yep, 72 hunter. So if you have 72 hunter, 72 crafting, you have better armor than Masori and Torva. But as it stands, this stuff is incredibly good and you can use it. Sci-fi with the 16 months, pop a titty out for the algorithm. I don't think the algorithm would appreciate that. I don't think so. You can pay if you don't have the crafting? That I did not know. I did not know that. Supplying the correct materials. Wow. Yeah, you don't need the crafting. So it's literally just 72 hunter rec. You can also get the legs without. I believe, what hunter level are these? 57. So the legs are actually 57 hunter rec. They're insane. This is Bandos. This is like Bandos that you get from 57 hunter. It's absurd. But until it gets changed, like use and abuse it. It's really, really good. So would recommend. Is it good without Fang? It is not good. It is stab armor. It has negatives otherwise. So specifically with Fang, which you use basically everywhere, it's really good. So Mixed Hide OP. I did calc down to 300. It is better DPS. So even if you want to bring a Masori switch with it for money, it's still better to wear this over Bandos. Literally just wear this instead of Bandos. Bandos is new dead content basically. Like you don't wear it anymore. Not if you're Fanging. Okay, I think that's it for the teaching stream. Hopefully this helps you guys. TOA has never been easier. It's never been easier. 500 is completely free now.